Welcome everybody to another chaotic lore video. Sorry this took a minute, but I really wanted to make sure this is done properly and get it all out in a timely, not only in a timely manner, but efficiently. Because today I will be covering the overworld leader, Maxxor. Before we continue, please leave a like, comment below on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/talkativecarl, if you have a suggestion for a chaotic lore video that I haven't covered. But you can also check out my previous chaotic lore videos that's up on my channel as well. Also, I will be doing a Hot Ones challenge video in celebration of my soon upcoming 400 subscriber milestone. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And if you have questions for the Hot Ones challenge video, please leave it in the comments of any of my YouTube videos, or the one specific one detailing about my Hot Ones challenge video. Or you can go to my Twitter at talkativecarl. All the links are in the description below. If you have questions that you want to ask me, I will answer them once I make a Twitch live video of me trying out all the hot sauces from the Hot Ones show. You can also follow me on my Patreon, www.patreon.com/talkativecarl. If you have certain suggestions for reviews that you want me to cover via comic, movie, TV show, or just a general topic you want me to cover, first Patreon members get exclusive access. So check that option out. All the tier lists are very affordable. You can start off with the $1 tier, the lowest one on the rank. As well as check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/talkativecarl. The link in the description below. You can watch me stream live many video games that I've been playing, such as Street Fighter 6 currently, and you can also chat with me live anytime I am live to just have some nice fun. Anyway, with that being said, let's carry on with the lore video. Maxxor is the leader of the overworld. He's considered one of Perrin's most toughest, bravest, and wisest creatures, making him perfect for leadership. We never see Maxxor's parents, but when he was young, he was being taught how to lead. He even learned how to be a great mage in his own right. It's hinted in the series that he and Interest share romantic feelings for each other. Maxxor is 9 feet 4 inches tall and weighs 322 pounds. He has black and white hair. Maxxor has a humanoid appearance with strange purple markings over his body. Maxxor wears a red tabard tunic with a gem on the belt. It is said in overworld lore that overworlders have never seen Maxxor's face in battle. That's because Maxxor is always leading the charge. This is similar how tales about real-life leaders spread in history, like the Native American Lakota leader Crazy Horse, for example. When he was young, he saw a vision that arrows and bullets will never harm him. It turned out to be true. According to Lakota records, Crazy Horse never once was hit by projectiles. Maxxor can be found in the Dawn of Perrin set. Maxxor comes from a long line of great heroes, going as far back as Vlar, Maxxor's ancestor. We'll cover him in a future video, but here's a brief overview. Vlar was a thief, only looking after for himself. But after getting roped up in the overworld leader Kiru's mission in saving his people from then underworld leader Kal. He learned the value of friendship and altruism. He was the first in Maxxor's lineage to lead the overworld people. In Chaotic Marillion Chronicles, the leader of the overworlders was named Yurik. Since it was stated Maxxor's family has ruled for a long time, it's safe to assume that Yurik is a descendant of Lar and another ancestor of Maxxor, but the book never confirmed it. It's important to note that Chromax is also an ancient ancestor of Maxxor, just during the prehistoric age of Param. You can say this is where Maxxor's bloodline gets their brutality from. Not much is known of Maxxor's childhood years, but we did get a glimpse in the episode Dangers of Diplomacy. Maxxor was brash, arrogant, carefree, and resting on laurels of being the prince. Think of how Thor was at the beginning of his first movie. One day, an overworld creature named Quisk used music to trap everyone inside Kiru's city in a dome because his friend was falsely accused of a crime. Maxxor wanted to use brute force to make him dispel the dome. However, it was Rasnus using a cooler head and diplomacy that got through to Quisk. This taught Maxxor a valuable lesson about might doesn't always make right, and force should only be a last resort, not the first. In Maxxor's youth, he was arrogant and carefree. As he got older, he became a very wise, powerful, and just leader. Maxxor is the leader of the overworld and all its inhabitants, and he'll do anything he can to protect them. His relationship between him and Interest hints at a possible romance. Nadrin, Tangatoborn, and Tartarak are his closest friends who tell him what he needs to hear and not what he wants to hear. This helps him to be an effective leader. Rasnus was a part of Maxxor's inner circle, but that all changed when he was infected by the Danians. It's also believed that the overworld creatures Pantrix and Akato are Maxxor's relatives, given how they share similar features, but was never expounded upon. Major Tom is Maxxor's closest human friend. For the longest time, Kaor and the Underworlders were Maxxor's sworn enemies. The status quo might have shifted a bit after the events of the Marillion invasion. There are still grudges and some fighting between the tribes. There are still fights for territory between Overworlders and Mepedians here and there, since the lands are so close. Unlike the other two tribes where there's a chance for peace, there's no such hope for the Danians. After the betrayal with what they've done to Rasnus, they are branded as enemies forever. It's possible Underworlders and Mepedians alike feel the same way, since the Danians have a habit of moving on everyone's lands, taking resources, and infecting creatures to become part of the hive. Marillions are enemies of every tribe except for a few defectors. Maxxor has his favorite locations and battle gears. There's Broadlorn Forest. Initiative, Wisdom. When a creature plays an elemental attack, heal 5 damage to that creature. Initiative, Wisdom. Flavor text reads, "The heart of the forest exhales, breathing life into those injured." Kiru City. Initiative Wisdom. Overworld creatures have an additional 10 energy. Flavor text reads, "The majestic capital of the overworld is named in memory of one of its greatest leaders." Kiru City Tunnels. Initiative Muge. Creatures with 35 or more scanned energy deal 10 less attack damage. When any player shuffles their attack deck, that player reveals a new active location. Castle Pillar. Initiative Courage. At the beginning of combat, the engaged creature with the highest wisdom gains an extra music counter. Battle Gears. Skeletal Steed. Equipped creature gains range and swift +1. Reveal this battle gear at beginning of game. Ring of Niran. Equipped creature gains 10 power and 10 wisdom. If creature has at least 50 courage, it gains 10 energy. Zerum Armor. If equipped creature would take more than 20 damage from an attack, it takes 20 damage instead. Evergreen Tunic. Stat check. 50 courage, equipped creature gains 5 energy. 75 courage, equipped creature gains 15 energy. Flavor text reads, "The perfect combination of weight, durability, and flexibility." And Drill Dozer. Customized rig. Equipped creature has an additional 10 energy. If equipped creature has earth, it has an additional 10 energy. Maxxor makes his first appearance in the first episodes Welcome to Chaotic Part 1 and 2. However, this was an avatar Major Tom was using to battle in his first drone match. The real Maxxor appeared in Season 1, Episode 10, Castle Bouldrin or Bust. This will be Tom's first meeting with Maxxor, but it didn't start out pleasant. Maxxor didn't trust humans after the chaotic player Reggie gave half of the map to the Kothica in exchange for a scan of Frafto. Unbeknownst to them, Reggie was captured by the Mepedians before he could get their other half. Tom and Cass was sent by Earth Reggie to retrieve his chaotic self to be whole again. After a standoff between him and Prince Madinu, Tom and Cass proved themselves honorable by way of sticking together through impossible odds. As an olive branch, Maxxor uses music to heal Cass's injuries after he took a blast for him. This began Maxxor and Tom's friendship and Tom's relationship with the overworld. In Season 1, Episodes 16, 19, and 20, Fallen Hero, A Fearsome Fate, A Maze of Menace, Maxxor is caught in a battle between Lord Von Blut. Blut uses decomposition music that slowly starts to take away Maxxor's disciplines, starting with his courage. After Tom gets a scan of his hero, he soon discovers there's something wrong. Tom goes to Nadrin and discovers the type of music was used. In real life, the card just reduces your creature's stats, but in the show, the essence is stored in a cold stone. Whatever creature cracks it open gains Maxxor's essence. Meanwhile, Maxxor is plagued by hallucinations because of his declining courage. which then starts affecting his power, speed, and then wisdom. Tom manages to retrieve the Cold Stone before Blue, but soon they all have to deal with Kaor, who wants to seize the opportunity to finally take out his enemy. But thanks to Tom, Maxxor gets his essence back and fought off Kaor and saved Tom. In Season 2, Episode 1, A Rare Hazard, Maxxor makes a small appearance when Tom is on a secret mission by the Codemasters to find out the rogue chaotic players responsible for destroying rare locations. In Season 2, Episode 2, Dangers of Diplomacy, Maxxor greets his longtime friend Rasnus coming from his peace talks with the Danians. Tom and Kaz were there helping Rasnus home after an underworld ambush attempt. Maxxor explains how Rasnus taught him how to be an effective leader, and diplomacy should be the goal for all of Param. After Tom scans Rasnus for a chaotic match, he discovers Rasnus was unknowingly infected with a Danian parasite while traveling to Mount Pillar and speaking with the Danian queen, Alexia. Tom goes back to warn Maxxor about the queen's plan to infect Maxxor using his friend, but Maxxor was already engaged in battle with his former companion. The plan failed and Rasnus, now fully assimilated, scurries away to the Danians. It disheartened Maxxor can only say his goodbyes as he looks on as Rasnus runs away. This experience will convince Maxxor there's no reasoning with the Danians, and proves how dead set they are with turning every creature into a Danian. In Season 2, Episodes 7 and 8, Kaor's Commandos, Part 1 and 2, Kaor forms an elite squad of especially trained underworlders. Their mission is to infiltrate Kiru City's arsenal to steal the Telebracers prototype. I have a lore video with more info on the Telebracers already on the channel if you want to know more. Once Kaor breaches the walls of Kiru City, one of his squad causes a distraction to lead Maxxor's forces away from the arsenal. But Maxxor knows his enemy well and tracks him down in the opposite direction. A rooftop battle occurs, but Kaor slinks away to the arsenal and steals the Telebracers. He teleports back to his battle vehicle with his troops waiting. Maxxor had no choice but to watch as his enemy makes off with a potentially dangerous battle gear. In Season 2, Episode 21, Rasnus returns. Not too long after the Marillions were released from their prison, they started making strategic moves on specific locations, such as the Riverlands and Mount Pillar Reservoir, contaminating them for their own gains. Rasnus and Odu Balthax lead a squad of Danians to overworld territory in hopes to evacuate to a new home. But after witnessing the fall of the Riverlands, Maxxor announces an alliance needs to be made in order to stop the growing threat that is the Marillions. In Season 2, Episode 25 and 26, Last Stand, Part 1 and 2, Maxxor and the Alliance makes plans for a counterattack against the Marillions. Once they realize the Marillions' ultimate goal is to melt glacier plains to submerge Param, Tang of Toborn leads an assault to take out their heat cannons. Maxxor chooses to reach Aun to transport him to Lake Bleaker, where he'll be supposedly at his weakest. Nadrin gets wind of a possible traitor in the Alliance, so he teams up with Tom and his friends and finds out that Tartarak was mind controlled at some point and was spying for the Marillions. but this changes nothing for Maxxor and uses it to his advantage. In Season 2, Episode 27, Legions of Aun, once Maxxor gets Aun to Lake Bleaker, he may not be able to use mind control, but everything else powers up. With Kaor and Amparu, and thanks to their combined efforts, they managed to send Aun into the lake, with its negatively charged waters, destroying him. As a result, his brainwashing was neutralized, severely crippling other Marillions on the battlefield. This forces a massive retreat for the Marillions. In Season 3, Episode 1, Parathon, Maxxor and other leaders of the Tribal Alliance celebrate their victory over the Marillions with a race between the tribes. Everything started in good jest, but as the event carried on, each tribe wanted the victory at any cost. In the end, it was Kaz and Peyton who secretly used Itiru's Komogo vehicle who won the race. Since Kaor saw it was Kaz, he used the shocking reveal and the fact that he's close friends with him, declared Kaz one for the underworld. However, Maxxor and the other tribal leaders wasn't buying it. This ends with all of them squabbling. Although perfect peace and harmony between tribes isn't achievable now, after the aftermath of the Marillion invasion, there's at least either mutual understanding or actual friendships made after the war. Season 3, Episode 12, Son of the Spiritlands, the spirit of Vitog returns seeking vengeance against Tangoth Toborn for destroying his Talazar, a sort of talisman he, Tangoth, and Heptad have in order to remain physically present. These three come from the Spiritlands. Without a Talazar, they either return to the Spiritlands or cease to exist. Because Tangoth is frozen in ice to prevent a wave from destroying Param, Tangoth can only be released by destroying his Talazar, which in his case is his Sword of Kayat. By doing that, Tangoth will have to permanently go back to the Spiritlands. It was a difficult choice for Maxxor, but to save Param from Vitog's chaos, he needs to release the spirit of his old friend, because only a spirit can harm a spirit. Once released, Tangoth was briefed on the situation and flew to Runic Grove to battle Vitog. Drawing on the musical strength of the oldest tree in the Runic Grove, Tangoth had it absorb the spirit of Vitog into it. Maxxor, Heptad, and Tom and his friends say their final goodbyes to Tangoth before he returns to his home in the Spiritlands. Sometime later, Maxxor held a funeral in honor of Tangoth Toborn. Almost every creature from the 4 tribes and chaotic players were there to pay their respects to Tangoth for his sacrifice that saved all of Param. Maxxor, creature, overworld hero. Heal 10 energy to target creature. Maxxor may not enter mixed armies. Flavor text reads, no overworlder has ever seen Maxxor's face in battle because he is always in the front line, leading a charge. Maxxor, protector of Param. Creature, overworld hero, warrior. When Maxxor is dealt attack damage, it gains Maxxor deals an additional 5 attack damage. Flavor text reads, I don't just fight for the overworld, I fight for all of Param. And that is another Chaotic Lore video done. Once again, if you like this video, please leave a like, leave a comment below, let me know what you think of Maxxor, what other chaotic characters or cards that you want lore videos done about. As well, please leave a comment below of any of my videos if you have questions that you want to ask for my Hot Ones Challenge video once again, because that'll be coming up soon. I will be getting the hot sauces from the show at some point by the end of the month or beginning of next month. Follow me on links in the description below, as well as check out my Twitter so you know when I'm live, or just follow me on my twitch.tv/talkativecarl, so that way we can just always chat whenever I'm live. Anyway, the next chaotic lore video will be another big one. Not gonna bury the lead here, but it will be Maxxor. This year I'm gonna try to get to all the leaders of each tribe. So Maxxor will be next, just so you guys know. Anyway, that's probably gonna be a bit of time taking because how massive these leaders presence are in the show, so just bear with me. They will be coming out, but I will see you all soon. There will be some new reviews with some movies coming up, and as well as a TV show review and comic book review this coming weekend. So I will see you all soon. Take care. Have a fantastic day. Peace.